The Dead Sea, or Sea of Salt in Hebrew and Bahr al-Mayit in Arabic, is a unique landlocked salt lake situated in the Jordan Rift Valley. Bordering Jordan to the east and the West Bank and Israel to the west, this lake holds a prominent place in regional geography and history. With an elevation of 430.5 meters, 1,412 feet, below sea level, it has the lowest terrestrial point on Earth. The Dead Sea is also the world's deepest hypersaline lake, reaching depths of 304 meters, 997 feet, and has one of the highest salinity levels, 34.2%, making it 9.6 times saltier than the ocean, which prevents most aquatic life from thriving there. Historically, the Dead Sea has been a draw for visitors and traders for thousands of years. Its resources have been used in diverse ways, from providing asphalt for ancient Egyptian mummification to supplying potash for fertilizers. Today, it remains a popular tourist destination, attracting visitors to its shores in Jordan, Israel, and the West Bank for both its historical significance and health-promoting mineral properties. Despite its fame, the Dead Sea has been shrinking rapidly, with its surface area decreasing from 1,050 square kilometers, 410 square miles, in 1930 to just 605 square kilometers, 234 square miles, today, prompting various proposals to counter its decline, such as the Red Sea-Dead Sea Water Conveyance Project. The name, Dead Sea, originates from its high salt concentration, which makes it difficult for most life forms to survive in its waters. Historically, the lake has been called various names across cultures and languages. In Hebrew, it is traditionally called the Sea of Salt, while Greek and Roman sources referred to it as Asphalt Lake, due to the bitumen that naturally surfaced there. The Dead Sea has also been linked to the biblical story of Lot's wife, who was turned into a pillar of salt, and is sometimes called the Sea of Lot in Arabic. Geographically, the Dead Sea lies in the tectonically active Jordan Rift Valley, part of the Dead Sea Transform Fault between the African and Arabian tectonic plates. This endorheic, closed basin, lake has no outlet streams, making it highly vulnerable to evaporation. Its main inflows include the Jordan River from the north and smaller streams, or wadis, from Jordan, Israel, and the West Bank. Human water diversion has significantly reduced inflow from these sources, exacerbating the lake's shrinkage and increasing its salinity as water levels drop. The unique geology of the Dead Sea region dates back to the Pliocene and Pleistocene epochs, when the area alternated between being submerged and becoming a landlocked lake. This fluctuating history led to the formation of thick salt deposits, notably in Mount Sodom on the southwestern shore. Over millions of years, these processes transformed the former bay or lagoon, known as the Sedum Lagoon, into the hypersaline Dead Sea we see today. Tectonic shifts in the Rift Valley and climatic conditions also contributed to its formation. The arid climate surrounding the Dead Sea is largely a result of the rain-shadow effect from the Judean Mountains. With scarce annual rainfall, only around 100 millimeters, 4 in the north and 50 millimeters, 2 in the south, the region has minimal vegetation. This extreme aridity supports only a few springs and quicksand pits along the lake's edges. The Wadi Mujib Valley, part of the Jordanian side, is a biosphere reserve showcasing the area's unique ecosystem and geological features. The formation of the Dead Sea's basin remains a topic of study, with two main theories. One theory suggests the basin resulted from tectonic rifting, extending from the Red Sea Rift, part of the Great Rift Valley. Another proposes that a step-over discontinuity along the Dead Sea Transform Fault led to crustal extension and subsequent basin subsidence. These geological phenomena helped form the series of ancient lakes that predate the modern Dead Sea, with the last stages represented by the ancient lakes Amora and Listen, which eventually evolved into the current hypersaline lake. The Dead Sea and its preceding bodies of water, including lakes Amora and Listen, have experienced significant shifts in water levels and salinity due to both tectonic activity and climate variations. As the climate became increasingly arid, the ancient lake systems shrank, leaving only the saline Dead Sea. From 70,000 to 12,000 years ago, Lake Lissan's water level was far higher than the current Dead Sea level due to lower evaporation rates. Around 26,000 years ago, the lake's height reached its maximum, suggesting an especially wet period in the region. Later, about 10,000 years ago, the water levels dropped, likely due to seismic activity, leading to the fluctuating water levels that continued for thousands of years. In prehistoric times, sediment from Lake Amora collected on the lake bed, forcing salt deposits to move upward, forming high cliffs on the Lissan Peninsula and Mount Sodom. Geologists compare this phenomenon to placing a flat stone in a bucket of mud, causing mud to rise along the sides. Tectonic changes in the valley floor further contributed to the formation of these salt structures. This process created distinct geological features around the Dead Sea, influencing the area's unique landscape. The Dead Sea region has a hot desert climate, with scarce rainfall and high temperatures, especially in summer. Its geographic depth increases atmospheric pressure, which leads to slightly higher oxygen levels compared to sea level. The area's large body of water has a moderating effect on surrounding temperatures. While sea temperatures are higher in winter and cooler in summer compared to the land, this makes the area suitable for year-round tourism. Additionally, the unique atmospheric properties reduce UV exposure, beneficial for health treatments conducted in the region. The Dead Sea is among the world's saltiest water bodies, with a salinity of about 34.2%. While it supports little life due to its high salt concentration, it occasionally experiences temporary life blooms when heavy rain dilutes the salt content, allowing certain algae and bacteria to flourish. The mineral composition of the water is unique compared to oceans, with high concentrations of calcium chloride and magnesium chloride, creating a distinctive environment where floating is effortless due to the water's density. Due to the therapeutic properties of the Dead Sea, it has become a center for health research. Factors such as the mineral-rich water, high atmospheric pressure, and reduced allergen levels make it attractive for treating certain health conditions, including respiratory and skin disorders. Therapies utilizing the local climate, sun, and seawater, as well as mineral-rich mud, have shown potential in alleviating symptoms of conditions like osteoarthritis and psoriasis. These therapeutic methods benefit from the area's distinct environmental conditions. The Dead Sea is also culturally and historically significant. Biblical stories place ancient cities like Sodom and Gomorrah near the Dead Sea, and it is linked to prophecies predicting a transformation of the sea to support life. Greek and Roman accounts describe the Nabateans controlling trade along its shores. Fortresses and monasteries from various periods, such as King Herod's fortress at Masada and Byzantine monasteries, indicate the area's long-standing significance for refuge, pilgrimage, and commerce. In modern times, the Dead Sea has continued to attract explorers and tourists, with early explorations by European travelers in the 19th century marking the beginning of its prominence in international awareness. Today, nearby communities on both Israeli and Jordanian shores thrive from tourism, and modern highways make the area accessible for study and recreation. The Dead Sea remains a unique natural landmark, drawing visitors for its therapeutic offerings and historical legacy. The history of the Dead Sea region is marked by various archaeological, cultural, and environmental events. In 1868, the discovery of the Moabite stone sparked significant interest in the area. Moses Wilhelm Shapira, along with his partner Salim al-Khoury, forged and sold numerous fake antiquities, including the infamous Shapira strips in 1883, which Shapira claimed were ancient scrolls found near the Dead Sea. These strips were later exposed as forgeries, leading Shapira to disgracefully take his own life. The demographic makeup of the region has evolved over time. In 1922, the census of Palestine recorded 100 individuals living in the Dead Sea and Jordan area. By 1931, This number had grown to 535, including Muslims, Jews, Christians, and Druze. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 1940s and 1950s near Qumran, a settlement near the Dead Sea, brought international attention to the area, as these ancient documents, dated between 150 BCE and 70 CE, were of immense historical value. The Dead Sea's geographical significance is evident in its position along the world's lowest roads, Highway 90 and Highway 65, which run through Israel, the West Bank, and Jordan. The area's tourism sector has flourished, with resorts like Ain Bokik in Israel attracting visitors to the southern shore, and the Jordanian side offering various international hotels, such as the Kempinski Hotel, boosting the region's economic development. The Palestinian side of the Dead Sea, however, has faced challenges in capitalizing on its tourism potential due to restricted access and difficulties in obtaining construction permits. The Dead Sea's mineral-rich waters have been a focus of industrial interest since the British Mandate period, when the Palestine Potash Company began extracting potash and bromine. These minerals continue to be a major source of revenue for both Israel and Jordan today. Israel's Dead Sea Works, established in 1952, produces millions of tons of potash, bromine, and other chemicals, generating significant profits. Meanwhile, Jordan's Arab Potash Company also contributes to the mineral extraction industry, producing millions of tons of potash annually. However, the Dead Sea has been facing environmental challenges due to its rapidly shrinking water levels. Since the 1960s, the diversion of water from the Jordan River for the National Water Carrier Project has contributed to a steady decline in the water level, which has dropped by over 40 meters since the 1970s. This has led to environmental concerns, including the formation of sinkholes along the shoreline, exacerbating the problem for nearby resorts and local populations. In an effort to address the environmental crisis, a project was proposed to bring water from the Red Sea to the Dead Sea. This plan, known as the Red Sea Dead Sea Water Conveyance, aims to desalinate water from the Red Sea for use in Jordan and Israel while sending the brine to the Dead Sea to help replenish its declining levels. Despite initial support, the project has faced delays and concerns over its environmental impact, and the first phase was officially abandoned in 2021. The combination of archaeological discoveries, industrial developments, tourism growth, and environmental challenges paints a complex picture of the Dead Sea region. Its historical significance, economic importance, and environmental fragility continue to shape the region's future, with ongoing efforts to balance development and preservation.